morning, and we're back here in the studio to give you guys what we always do to you guys as the Gospel Life News. My name is Daki, spells Darki, and then you know it's double E. Welcome again to Gospel Life News. Another segment, another set of news. The weekend was a blast. Trace at their maiden award edition, and then we saw our Nigerian folks going there to make us proud. And trust me, it was a beautiful experience. For Davido coming back to the country, flying back to Rwanda, and all of that just shows that this weekend was weekending. And I think it's just an attachment. We saw Tunde not at time making a post about a very funny post where somebody said, if you are a Davido friend and Davido has not put you in his private jets, that means you are not his friend, referring to very dark black man. And I was also there not posting that I am his friend because I have been there. So basically, it was a back and forth, a very basketball weekend, and all of that will bring them to you in a bit. At the same time, a young boy that took the whole year by storm has promised us again that, you know what, very, very soon, I'm coming through with another EP. Maybe not this news, but in the next news, you'll probably get to see all of that and the result of all of that. Let's go straight to the news. We'll begin today's news with Burna Boy. We saw Burna Boy, I Told Them album just surpassed 192 million streams on Spotify. This guy is really, I sincerely wish he dropped his album like way before now. It maybe might just be the most streamed album of the year, because what is this? In 2 months, having these numbers on Spotify, it's really an amazing one. And then we say congratulations to Burna Boy for this milestone. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy Gombody with Georgia Smith have just surpassed 72 million streams on Spotify. 72 is not game fit. At the same time, Love Damini, and this is very controversial. It was the talk of the town because Love Damini album at the Trace Award won the album of the year. Why Love Damini? Because Love Damini was the last year album that ended with last year. So all of what we're talking about ended with last year. Why bring Love Damini to the new year and giving an award in a different year? That it doesn't make sense. And people are like, is it because that's the idea of all of these big guys here. You just put them in awards that you create a platform for them so that they can win it. Should they always win it? That's the problem. That's the question we're asking. People are still saying, must Burna Boy even win the award? Because we had too many albums this year. Walk of Art was there, and Timeless was there. Like amazing body of work. Olamide came to the album Unruly. Why must it be Burna Boy Love Damini? The same Burna Boy also came with an album this year. I Told Them. So why not I Told Them? Why not something else? Why go back to Love Damini? Maybe, just maybe, they might have answers to that. Love Damini album has now won Album of the Year at 3 different award shows for 2022 Afrima Award, 2022 Afrima Awards, and then 2023 Trace Award. If you look closely, it's quite that both awards that came before Trace were for last year. So why is Trace giving it the Album of the Year in a new year? What do I know? I'm just reporting news. Moving on, we saw Tested, Approved and Trusted by Burna Boy made a debut at number 2 on the Egypt iTunes Top Song charts. Also, Burna Boy 2010-20 re-entered the Spotify Daily Top Song Nigeria today at 50 with over 30,000 streams. Recall that on Thursday Friday, was the 3 years remembrance of the Lekki Toll Gate. So obviously, that song was one to get numbers because of what it stands for and represents. Moving on, so City Boys has now sold over 103,000 units in the UK, an amazing one. And at the same time, I Told Them album have now sold over 41.8 thousand units in the UK. For the Netherlands official album chart, we have Burna Boy I Told Them currently at number 15, and that project has spent 8 weeks on the chart. And then Love Damini currently on 52. It has also spent 67 weeks on the charts. Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. We saw talking about the ABC News. They came out to give a report about Afrobeats and Davido. And Davido Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. We saw the ABC News coming out to give a report about Afrobeats and Davido, especially. And then Davido had a caption where he said, "Seeing the way Afrobeat has changed the world and the impact we've had in music is beautiful. To see how respected and cherished our culture has become makes me so proud. Let's make sure we protect it and keep building a broadless music worldwide." Moving on from Davido, an amazing one. It just shows that, at every point we've seen Afrobeat stars come and speak a word or make a comment or a remark, they've all been saying protect what we have now. Remember, I've said it a couple of times. Davido is also saying it, protect what we have now. We use our chance, and he's saying let us protect it massively. And moving on, we saw Davido was one of the biggest winners at the night at the Trace Award and Festival. We saw where he got through and he won the Best Male Artist of the Year, and also he won the Best Collaboration with Musa Keys. Davido received the award dancing. We saw where he came out for the Best Collaboration. He was dancing, walking to the stage, and then he came out to say a lot, saying how he appreciates seeing the likes of Tubaba, and then mentioned some names in the building. And how he said, when he wrote Musa Keys, he sent Musa Keys the song, and Musa Keys said, "Give me 10 minutes," and in 10 minutes, Musa Keys returned the song back to him, and boom, they made unavailable. When they called him out for the Best Male Artist, Davido ran and sat on the ground. In that moment where you're like, is this me? Sat on the ground, looking back, and it's like, last year was a whole lot of back and forth, and moving on to this year, he's still getting an award. He's so happy, and then they received the award with joy. Moving on, we saw Baba Ibeji talking about Davido linking up with Odumodu and listening to a new Odumodu song, and an amazing one. Odumodu and Davido have shown the bromance like a lot of time back and forth, and just shows that Davido has a big heart for all the colleagues in the industry space. Moving on, we saw Chris Brown sensational with Davido and Lojay. Currently on Spotify, Nigeria, the song sits at number 4 in Nigeria, 168 in South Africa, 184 in Netherlands, and 186 in Switzerland. For the UK Apple Music, we have Phil sitting currently at 51, an amazing one. And at the same time, for the Apple Music top 25 in Washington, D.C., we have Sensational as 21. And then for the UK Shazam, Sensational as about 130, currently sits at number 130. And then for the US Shazam, it also sits at 184. Moving on, we have Ayo Balogun Wizkid as the next guy on the news. We saw Wizkid finally coming out to make a post over the weekend, and then we saw one of the posts where he made the first post he made. He came out to say, "Love you, my everything." And we saw Wizkid showing pictures of how the event went, the passing of the mom, the burial of the mom, and all of that. It just shows that this guy really misses mom, and he came out to say, "Love you, my everything." And at the same time, he made a couple of posts. So far, we could have made 4 posts now, and all of them are all in relation to his mom. And we could see that at the point, different attires that explains what he wore for his mom's funeral. Moving on, we saw 5 of Wizkid's new certification in South Africa has been reviewed. Rather, we have Essence with 7 platinum. Ginger with 2 platinum, No Stress with 1 platinum, True Love with 1 platinum, and Long Time with 1 platinum. Moving on, we have Wizkid over the weekend came out to celebrate his love interest, his love partner, talking about Jada Pink, an amazing lady who has stood by Wizkid in terms of music, career, emotionally, and all of that. She has been there. She flew all the way from the US to come down to the country, UK rather, to come to the country to stand by a man as he laid his mom to rest, and she has been an amazing person overall. And we saw Wizkid coming out to celebrate her massively, taking her to the club, and accordingly it was said that he had to change some hard currency to about naira, worth about 10 million naira to celebrate his wife, or love interest rather, because they are not married there, but they have 2 kids together, and celebrate her with 10 million. And this is like what he sprayed off to just pray. So you can imagine what he spent basically. Like they went for eatery, they went to get dinner and all of that. Wizkid really knows how to take care of his woman. Moving on, we saw both of them giving us tension and making sure that all the single ones remain in their Pringle bottle. So Jada P and Wizkid dancing romantically at the point, and it just shows that Wizkid might just be a quiet person, but then he knows how to take care of his own people. We saw a guy in the club where he linked up with a Wizkid, and you could see this guy was literally shaking, like look out, he was all his body was shivering, like he met a god or something. Like it just shows how the whole euphoria of Wizkid. Wizkid is that big, and then he met him. This guy called him like, come get an handshake. The guy was shivering from head to toe. It shows how much he adores Wizkid and how much he values Wizkid. Also, we saw over the weekend an amazing video that took Twitter out agog was when Egungun of Lagos at the point was he has done it like over time in the past where he meets celebrities, he asked them what they're wearing and all of that. But then when he got to Wizkid's turn, he couldn't get the privilege to meet Wizkid. Instead, Google went to Google, got the price of Wizkid vehicles, and was doing, was doing price check of Wizkid vehicles. Basically, he couldn't get close to Wizkid. No, Wizkid went to the club about 3 vehicles, and Google was as far as the vehicle to do a price check on them. Like he just came to show, he just paint a picture of how big Wiz is every gathered and how big Wiz indeed is. Moving on to the Trace Award and Festival for the year 2023, it happened in Kigali in Rwanda. All the big wigs were in Kigali over the weekend to pick up awards or to perform. We saw Fuse perform at the night. Fuse had the best performance for the night, no cap. Now we saw where he performed Fitness, and then when he had to perform Jello, he went with a drum, like a beatable drum, got to stick, and then gave them the tumba and everything. Fuse is that guy that knows what to do with his beat because he created the beat and he knows how to change the beat to suit the song. So for me, Fuse had the best performance for the night. Yamala also performed. We saw Mr. Easy also was there to perform, and the band, Oski Band, like my Jamaica friends call me, was the host of the day. I'm talking about the award. We saw Yebalade picked up an award for the best music video, and then we saw Rema picking up an award for the best global African artist. That's the first award. And then we saw Ashake picking up an award for the best artist Africa Anglophone. Now, this award is quite surprising because who is better than this guy in the country? But I'm sure they know what they're doing. And then we saw Davido and Musa Keys pick up an award for best collaboration. Mr. Easy pick up an award for Change Maker. How do you come up with such an award? And then Rema again pick up an award for the song of the year with the song Calm Down. Rema said in his words when I accepted the award, he said, after he thanked everybody and all of that, thank Mavins, the band, the Prince, all of that, he said he was not going to leave here without singing, and then he went straight to Baby Calm Down. At that point, the whole room was lit up, everybody was singing back to back to him, and it just shows that this guy is loved all around the world. Moving on, we saw Davido picking up an award for the best male artist, which he was great for and happy for, and then Burna Boy picked up an award for album of the year with Love Damini. Two Baba picked up an award for the lifetime achievement, and he came out so happy. And then it's what he said, even till date, we still they pick up award. An amazing one. It just shows that Two Baba is loved by everyone, and we're so happy that he was one of those guys who began the movement. And I'm sure he's going to be so proud now seeing that guys are making or taking this Afrobeat P to the next level. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this one, but trust us in our reaction today. We have updates on the Trace TV and all of that. And by the way, I might have missed it, but then just so you know, we made updates for you guys. You can now stream us live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the same time. We have the channel showing under your screen bar. Please make sure you do that. Tell your friend, tell another friend that this update was made for them, so you don't have an excuse to say you missed us now, because if you're on Facebook, we're there for you. If you're on Instagram, we're there. If you're on YouTube, we're there for you. If you're on Twitter, we are there for you. My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys.